or fantasy draft actually. Basically, what I'm gonna be doing is a fantasy draft, but I only pick 10 players, and we're gonna keep increasing it until it goes to max.
The Raiders on the clock now. What direction will they go?
We do not get a good pick. Okay, Balik. Yup. Oh, running back Nick Chubb is here at least. Saquon Barkley. Looking at quarterback. It's either be Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow. You know what? I think I'd rather have Justin Herbert.
On the clock, it's the Raiders.
Andre Hawkins on the Giants is actually kind of crazy. That would be a that is a good pick.
Now on the clock.
I didn't really think about receiver.
All right, now it's the Raiders' turn. They're up.
Okay, so we have 4. Okay, I'm gonna go Kareem Hunt on this one. Oh, oops. Kareem Hunt on this one.
Okay, here we go. The Raiders now on the clock.
Now receiver. This is the time that we get receiver now. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wait for the last few rounds because we need value picks.
What direction will they go?
Okay, if there's no other player. Okay, this is the one where we get. Wait, I didn't think about fullback though. Who's still here? You know, Deebo Samuel. I'm gonna get him.
And now on the clock, it's the Raiders.
Please still Mike Williams. Please still be there. He's still here, and CeeDee Lamb is still there.
The Raiders now on the clock.
But I think CeeDee Lamb will already be picked. Is he? That's gonna be franchise. Oh my God, he isn't. Let's go.
Right, now it's the Raiders' turn. They're up.
You know what? Might as well get a third good receiver, or like a 4th one. That will absolutely help.
Okay, here we go. The Raiders now on the clock.
The final pick, guys. Ooh, we've been going on offense. So I think it's time we go. Oh God. There's like actually no good talents. Justin Tucker. No, let's go ahead and get a kicker at least.
The Raiders on the clock now. What direction will they go?
Alright, now we leave the CPU to do everything else. And I'll be right back, guys. I'm about to go get some ramen because I'm making ramen right now. Okay, back. Sheesh. Elite, please tell me our team is good. Come on. I mean, it could be worse. The running back only. Running back room sucks. Four good receivers to throw to. That is good news. Many holes on the defense. How old is
the
this
player
dude?
card. Here you can see your.
Alright, let's see what we could do year one. I'm thinking we do a trade. We do have a lot of money. Bro, we would fix some holes on this defense if we could get these players, bro. Oh, let's check if this will actually help the team. Don't need anyone for that position. Definitely need someone for this position and this position. Okay, hopefully we can land this. Let's go. Who's on trade block, actually? Oh, I guess no one. Let's sim to the playoffs and see what happens. Good back, everyone. Of course, we have to go up against the Ravens. Hold on, chat. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm just gonna simulate it, but I'm gonna watch YouTube real quick.
Tonight
On EA Sports.
And we drop you in here under the lights. First drive of the contest. On first down, it's Herbert. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw here, Herbert. This is caught. Touchdown Raiders. Deebo Samuel, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Raiders will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a...
We have a red zone situation brewing. This defense on their heels a little bit as they get set to defend a 1st and 10 with the ball at the 16. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 23. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say you're...
This defense already looking at a deficit on the scoreboard, but now what can they design here to disrupt this 3rd down play? Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
A one-hand catch.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Mike Williams, 49 yards. And the Raiders have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown. Second quarter, this defense looking for a big 3rd down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. Got his target, Samuel. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now it's Herbert. Touchdown! That's caught. Mike Williams with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Why he fell.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But they're
touchdown Raiders.
Reaction from his dad.
75 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their
The
lead.
craziest part of all, Shedeur Sanders would get prank called on.
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road,
yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. For sure. We're going to take it with our next pick right here, man.
Yes, sir. Let's be legendary.
But you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
If you guys take a look at other clips from Shedeur Sanders' college football career, it seems pretty obvious why he fell. I mean, there's this clip of him throwing his offensive line under the bus.
I mean, how many times did Raul get touched? How many times did Raul get touched? They was able, like, of course, whenever you're able to run the ball consistently, whenever you're able to open up a pass, you know. But it's just like you gotta
A big play coming up for this defensive unit. They're down, but just by a bit on the scoreboard. Can they get this third down stop in the third quarter? And this is caught by Williams. Touchdown! Mike Williams saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pat. Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on third down. He's going deep for Brown. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown Raiders. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. 48 yards. And the Raiders have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter.
look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round.
Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the fourth quarter.
Hey, Tom Brady!
Now
We're
Brady
coming.
this one. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own.
Fleet takeover.
It's a 2-score game in the fourth quarter. Onside kick coming up, and the kicking team desperately needs the football. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football. Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on third down. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on third. This offense has been lighting the scoreboard up. Now the question, can they add to their lead? We drop you in a red zone situation in the second half. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 98 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Touchdown!
4 yards out, and the Raiders add on to their... It's a 2-score game in the 4th quarter. Onside kick coming up, and the kicking team desperately needs a football. And it's the Raiders that'll come up with it. And that will put...
right prior or at the combine about if you want a new culture in your locker room, I'm the guy to do that. I can turn it
Victory
around.
in sight for the silver and black. They knew they needed a miracle. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Baltimore, good night, everyone.
Steelers trade T.J. Watt, George Pickens, and 2 first-rounders to the Titans for the #1 overall pick and the right to select Shedeur Sanders. And the Steelers passed on Shedeur Sanders multiple times, which in my opinion was a terrible decision because I think it would have benefited Shedeur Sanders to sit behind Aaron Rodgers when Aaron Rodgers does decide to sign with the Steelers and maybe learn a little bit from him before Rodgers passes on the torch to Shedeur.
The players on your team quickly upgrade your team at the end.
Sandbagged some of his interviews. At some of the combine meetings with certain teams that maybe Shedeur didn't really want to go to, I was told that he more or less sandbagged in those interviews. I don't know if he didn't take them seriously, what it was, but he did not give it his all in some of these interviews, and this rubbed some teams the wrong way. And when you take a look at what Coach Prime said, it's very clear where he wanted Shedeur Sanders to go to.
Go big excited. I can't wait. Anybody from, no, because if I say that, it's going to go viral. I can't. Cleveland? No, thank you. What'd you say? Cleveland?
Welcome to Weekly. This is how you access the new player help.
We are. It'll be interesting, though.
He wanted Shedeur to go to the New York Giants, but apparently the Giants weren't impressed with Shedeur Sanders' interview to take him with the #3 overall pick, let alone with the #26 pick. Ultimately, the Cleveland Browns would trade up and select Shedeur Sanders with a 5th-round pick, which is an incredible value for Shedeur Sanders because at this point, he's a very low-risk, high-reward type player, but he also lost...
Hold on, guys. Alright, guys, back.
out on almost $50 million as a result of sandbagging his interviews. And the reaction that Shedeur Sanders had after getting drafted in the 5th round is absolutely insane. And maybe
today. Setting up to throw on first down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Herbert's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead. On 4th down, Herbert. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Deebo Samuel there to make the grab. And the Raiders are on the board first here in this division round matchup. I think that's the dream story. We have a red zone situation brewing. This defense on their heels a little bit as they get set to defend a 1st and 10 with the ball at the 16. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And stepped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in-vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
On 2nd down, Williams. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he takes this one back into the end zone.
Let's go!
Defense delivers a score. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well,
the Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive tunnel.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your defense. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
To throw again on second down. Herbert, he's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
The Giants, the team that's
Mike
selected
Williams,
but in Shedeur Sanders' case, I guess it's
and the Raiders
primarily because of his following and because he lives the entire NFL.
just inside of a minute here remaining in the first half, so the clock is becoming a factor. The offense has the football on their own side of the field. It got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown Raiders. Mike Williams, 79 yards. And the Raiders can... Okay, the field goal unit out on the field as they look to get 3 points here in the waning moments of this first half. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation.
More than you see players typically getting fined as well. So it's a
By the way,
pretty steep punishment for a defensive coordinator. On top of that, the Atlanta Falcons released this statement. Earlier in the week, Jack Zolbrick, the 21-year-old son of defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich, unintentionally came across the draft contact phone number for Shedeur Sanders off of an open iPad while visiting his parents' home and wrote the number down to later conduct a prank call. Jeff Ulbrich was not aware of the data exposure or any facets of the prank and was made aware of the above only after the fact. The Atlanta Falcons do not condone this behavior and send our sincere apologies to Shedeur Sanders and his family, who have been in contact with to apologize to, as well as facilitate an apology directly for Jack's.
So the situation, it's third down in the third quarter, and this defense just trying to get the ball back to their offense to get back in this contest. It's Kelsey on the ground. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. It's a big play there for Vegas.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Kareem Hunt, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right. Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on third down. He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Mike Williams saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Well, after their wild
Let's
card
go!
round last week, you and I said, wow, they played.
We're about to beat the challenge soon.
Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the fourth quarter.
Aaron Rodgers, it's me!
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one.
It's me!
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it.
It's me!
Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on third down. Finding room to the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 46 yards on the ground for him so far. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Again, it's Hunt, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more.
Amen. Let's get it. Civilization. Bro, I can't wait to see what creative things they're gonna build. Hey, yo, chill. Y'all built this? Video's cancer. Hey, man. What could possibly go wrong? A Supreme? You laughed.
I'm sorry.
She laughed.
I totally forgot where we were.
She laughed. Yes, sir.
Look,
We all
is that count as a laugh?
Hey, Team Badger. Who Team Badger, man? Put in the comments, Team Badger.
Whatever.
We thought the winners, baby. We sticking together. Yeah, you laughed. He said, hey, you looking fresh. Bro, could I take a selfie with you?
That's really cool.
360. Apart. Simon says, spin. Oh, okay. Period. Simon says, make a noise. Oh, you guys are pretty good. Now jump. Massage it? Oh my goodness, that was a scary game. Thanks, bro. Chill. An art gallery? Oh, they got paintings of me? These are sick. I don't hug villagers, but whatever. Nah, what is this? Thank you. Hey, yo. Bro, this civilization's lit. Nah, what is that? Bro, there's 4 civilizations. They building up, ain't they? Nah,
Yeah, they are.
Weapon. Oh, no. You're kidnapping? Oh. I guess there's no laws. Why you throwing that chest? Alright, what's in here? Free diamonds. Where my diamonds at? Give me emeralds or else. Nah, your son? Nah, you ain't gonna do nothing. Who would shoot their own? Hey, for you, I'll spawn in some emeralds, man. Nah, give me those emeralds. A shot? Right, what are you gonna sell? This one can't be worse, right?
Tonight. Herbert now. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Kareem Hunt, 28. So here we go, back to the action. Football in the red zone. And a big 3rd down play coming up for this defense. Watson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Really something about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Defense already looking at a deficit on the scoreboard. Now, what can they design here to disrupt this 3rd down play? After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Malik Collins. Here's the Raiders punt. as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson off play action. He gets this to the former Aztec, Kahale Waring. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Wait, they have Deshaun Watson?
The size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will be taken down deep in Las Vegas territory. A huge play there for Houston. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade American. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
Butker on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fields this way up at the 17. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
Can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Brett Kern now. Fielded just inside the 20. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. On 1st and 10, Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams.
Let's go!
Score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Mike Williams, 33 yards. And the Raiders continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis.
Get them alive!
Start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us as always as he will start to look ahead.
As we do it, we hold them.
Now, as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Why are you running?
Kareem Hunt with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders continue to pull away here in this first half. Butker now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off as he did so with a touchdown run.
Here comes the last piece. Bro, are you done? Oh my God, you are. I think it's best you stay here. Let's go. Wait, hold up. We're stuck.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Jennings now on the return. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good start.
Calm down, buddy.
Position. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
He's just trying to bait. Hey, it's not going to work, bro.
From the 50, it's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
This should be enough.
From the red zone now, Watson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Again, it's Watson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Foyesade Oluokun coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So, yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Texans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing to start the drive. Watson, and a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now it's Watson. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he's going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And now
let's go!
To the 9-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. 30. 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Mike Williams, 91 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Jennings now on the return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material. And there's Williams. What a catch. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Mullen. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Now a 1st carry for their fullback.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a 1st down.
Again, it's Ricard, the fullback, and he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Watson now to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know, what do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is...
And this is caught! And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Mike Williams saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Jennings now on the return. And able to get this out to the 25. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. To throw is Watson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Texans on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's Mike Williams now as his guys head back out to go on offense. Now this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that? Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught.
And they tell us who it was, like if it was like a serial puncher. Well, can't you put out like an alert that like this?
A big play there for the Raiders.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing.
I'll tell you what, you figure out who it is, and I'll arrest them, okay? All I know is I didn't do it. Well, I didn't ask you to do it. I know, but you're going to start asking
The Raiders, they are Super Bowl bound. Thanks for watching, and good night.
Well, why'd you punch a kid in the face? Oh, he had it coming, believe me, I'll tell him. So earlier today, I was patrolling in the park, right? And it was a beautiful day. So I was just walking around, minding my own business, and then, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this kid runs up and he kills me.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gordon, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
You're never gonna catch me. I'm like, oh, when I catch you, I'm gonna beat your ass. So then we're running around all over the park, and then he trips and he falls in a sandbox. And I'm like, oh, I got you now, you little bastard. And then he kicks sand in my face. And I'm like, oh, you're not gonna kick sand at me. So I punch him in the face, and I'm like, tag, you're it. And then he starts crying, and then his mom runs over, and she's like, you just punched my son in the face. And I'm like, yeah, I did. What are you gonna do about it? So I throw her on the ground, and I start arresting her, and then all these people run up with their phones out, and they start taking videos of me, and I'm like, that's not good. So I start throwing haymakers. I start punching everybody there who has a phone, and then I take all their phones so there's no evidence of what I did, and I run away. So yeah, that's why I punched that kid today.
Well, I guess if that's the only kid you punched in the face.
Wait a minute, I did punch another kid today.
Well, what you did? Why?
Oh, don't worry, it wasn't your son, but you gotta hear this. This one's even worse. So I run back to my house with all the phones I stole from the people at the park, right? And I throw them down on the counter, and I'm like, honey, sell these phones on eBay because I need the money for all the lawsuits we're about to get. So she asked me where the phones came from, and I said I confiscated them from some criminals. She goes, okay, well, I made you some pizza rolls for dinner. So I start jumping up and down because I love me some pizza rolls. So I grab a handful of them, and she's like, careful, honey, those are hot. And I'm like, shut up, bitch. So I start shoving those pizza rolls in my mouth, right? And then my mouth is on fire. Those pizza rolls are boiling hot. They're burning the crap out of my mouth. I mean, they burn the roof of my mouth so bad, I got a little piece of skin that's hanging down, and I keep playing with it with my tongue. It sucks. And then my wife has the audacity to say, I told you they were hot. So I throw the plate at her. I'm like, I know what I did wrong. You don't have to tell me. I should have listened. I know, shut up. So then I'm in a bad mood, right? And then I hear the doorbell ring, and I'm like, uh-oh, this must be the angry mob from the park. They want their phones back. But it's not. It's just some Girl Scouts selling Girl Scout cookies. So then I open the door, and they say, do you want some Girl Scout cookies? And I'm like, hell yeah, I want some Girl Scout cookies. Shut up. Why am I even here? Take my money. So I give them a 20, right? And then, you're not going to believe this. The Girl Scout says, okay, your cookies are going to be here in 2 to 3 weeks. What the hell? What kind of Ponzi scheme is this? Are you even really a Girl Scout? So I punch her in the face and I take my money back. 2 to 3 weeks for cookies? What is this, the new iPhone of Girl Scout cookies? I'm not going to pre-order cookies. It's ridiculous. I could order cookies on Amazon Prime and get them faster. So I go to the store and I buy myself some Chips Ahoy and I'm happy. So I sit down on the couch and I'm like, 2 to 3 weeks for cookies, my ass, I say as I shove a cookie into my mouth in anger. And then I hurt myself because I remember I already burned my mouth on the pizza rolls. So now my mouth hurts and I hate that stupid little piece of skin that's hanging down off the roof of my mouth. Just, God, I hate it. Anyway, that was the second kid I punched.
So you only punched 2 kids?
Yep, just 2 kids. I mean, a whole bunch of adults at the park who had phones, but just 2 kids, and none of them were your son.
So how are we going to find out who punched Jeffy?
I don't know, just ask around, but be quick, because I might get fired by the end of the day.
Marvin, what are we going to do?
Okay, so we have to ask everyone we know if they saw who punched Jeffy. So let's split up so we ask more people.
Okay, Marvin.
Tonight.
You don't have to, you say you're trying to punch you, okay?
from the red zone now. They'll look to throw. A quick pass here to Godwin. Touchdown, Bears! With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl. A pretty big early test for the defense coming up. What can they dial up here to try and thwart this third down situation? Herbert on third down now. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 18. Herbert operating from the red zone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. To throw again on second down. Herbert toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
And it is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
Forgot about the media coming for Earth. The media coming for Earth, and then that guy shut it down with a missile, and then he broke into a million
Time to take you back into the ball game. It's a red zone alert as this defense faces a 1st and 10 in the final minute of the opening quarter. Lance now on first down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Lance now to throw. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage?
Coming up here, this defense looking for a third down stop in the second quarter. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And they'll get him down about 3 yards.
Leave it to soak for up to 7 days, and your clothes will come out of the washer looking perfect. Just try OxiClean first, and then you'll have
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A big play there for the Raiders. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel from 10 yards out. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When you see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Lance now on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Lance, Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Two minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing his Lance on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Looking downfield for Kelsey. And this will be caught at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Travis Kelsey, 66 yards. And the Raiders continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Chicago offense set to get started. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. It's brought in by Harris. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Foyesade Olurican leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. They'll look to set up his blockers. So these two teams will have... So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the 4th quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 56 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Most of the damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. Taking a shot for Samuel. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Raiders will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Let's go.
The return is Duvernay.
Let's go. We're so close to winning the Super Bowl.
This up to the 29. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
They've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't called before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Shotgun now for Lance. He gets it complete to Harris. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Lance. This one caught by Lee. He's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Lance's throw there taken in by Smith. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Now Lance. That swung out wide to Harris. Well, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen has been pretty sensational.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Now Herbert off the bootleg.
Oh, I just hit a Patrick Mahomes.
Travis Kelce, the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Travis Kelce, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Raiders are moving closer to the franchise's 4th Super Bowl title. Extra point by Butker is on target, and they open the lead up now to 25. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The return is Duvernay. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. From the gun, it's Lance. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game. Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long. The Lance going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lee. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He finds his man, complete. It's Harris. And he's going to get the 1st down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 11 now, Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Lance to throw for it on 4th down. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. Touchdown Bears! Dalton Schultz, 33 yards. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Prater on to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Wrap up.
Still moving. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 89 yards rushing for him now. A big part, no doubt, of why they lead in this Super Bowl. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Kareem Hunt, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are starting to pour it on at the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target. And they open the lead up now to 25. That time a 6-play drive. And Kareem Hunt the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The return is Duvernay. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. Now Green, staying on the ground. Let's hope he's all right. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And the Raiders have got him. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop it for an 8-yard loss.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's
30 seconds.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lance got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Lance looking to throw it. And he's going to get this all the way.
Plasma lasers, pressure plates, and landmines. So if he got out, the lasers would cut him into pieces like a lightsaber.
35. And how about this? Viva Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Raiders on top of the football world as they will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions.
We did it! We did it!
It's a giant squid that's been trained specifically to eat Jeffy. So even if he got past all the rest of that, he'd have to get past the squid. And then above the squid is James Cameron in a submarine with an IMAX camera.